it's a windy day today, but we did make it here to Aquarica in Bedford, Nova Scotia, right off the Bedford Highway. And today I'm coming in here. Let's get in. It's way too windy out here. Today what I'm hoping to do, there's a tank of a proven pair of breeding discus in the back, and I'm going to try to convince the owner to sell them for me, even though they're not for sale. Now mind you, when you buy a proven breeding pair, you can expect to pay $500 to $700. Although if you want to buy 6 to grow your own, you're still looking at $500 to $600. Plus you got to spend 9 to 12 months growing them out into breeding size. I'm hopefully going to try to cut that time in half. I'm only here for the discus. But first, let's look around and see if there's anything else we want. All right, so one of the first things you see when you come into this store is this massive aquarium. It's actually quite large. It looks to be like 8 feet. It actually looks like the tank at home that's 375 gallons, stocked with some discus, some really big clown loaches, and of course the Congo tetras. Look how big they get. It's absolutely enormous. I love seeing a nice display tank there. I've been to this store a number of times, usually just as a customer. This is the first time I get to film it, but one of the things that I love about it is it kind of seems like every time I come, there's always something new and different here. In such a small space, you guys are gonna love this store. Lots of dry goods. A smaller saltwater section, but I did get some saltwater fish from here before. Dry goods go all the way around. Bettas, I think we might see, oh, look at the pistos. What a nice selection of Apistos. This is very uncommon to see. You don't get to see, really nice Apistos that often. And I think the owner's really into different types of shrimp because he's always got some very high-end shrimp. I think there's some blues in here. Oh, if I can come across some red-eyed tetras, which I don't know are here, I'll likely grab some of them as well, just to put in the piranha tank. There's some more Apistos. The size of this angel. Oh, a beautiful marbled pair. Just gorgeous. Beautiful tanks too. Very nice. Now, if I can't find red-eyed tetras, one of the things I might go for is any other sort of true schooling tetra. The piranha is always going to try to, if they're going to eat a tetra, if they are not a true schooler, they will try to corner and separate some of these tetras from the pack and just eat it. But in a true schooling tetra, they're doing that to protect themselves. So you'll see how they swim versus other fish. These guys are a true schooling fish. They're all sticking together for the most part. They'll all kind of do the same thing. These guys are comfortable just being spread out a little bit everywhere. I really feel like I'm bringing my friend along to the store. It's awesome. Close. The red eyes kind of look like that, but not like that. It's also not a true schooler. Lots of different selection of fish here. Every time I come here, it's always something different. Oh, I just seen the owner go by. Paul, is that you? I thought I'd grab you real quick just to introduce yourself. Maybe you can give it. This is Paul, the owner of Aquarica. Tell them where you're at, the address and whatnot.
Yeah, we're at 1600 Bedford Highway, 4-story CIBC building across from Sunnyside Mall. We've been here 4.5 years, opened by hobbyists for the benefit of hobbyists. We employ people who are in the hobby, who know what they're doing in fish keeping.
Actual fish keepers.
So that we can actually give you proper advice and help you select the right fish for you. One of the things we try to do here is get in a big variety of fish that you might not see in other places. So our stock and selection is always revolving.
Oh, there's two things. I'm just seeing some puppers over the corner of my eye, but the first thing I want to say is there's actually VIP parking out here for customers only, so I love that part of it. Makes me feel special every time I come here. Check out these puffers. So these are the green spotted puffers. They're in a fully marine tank by the looks of it, and I'm only saying that because we are in a marine section. You get these guys and they're so tiny. It's very rare that you get to see them this big. Now I think that these guys can even be placed in brackish and potentially even fresh, but obviously they do much better with salt in the aquarium. Paul, do you know much about these guys?
Yeah, they're in full salt. These were purchased by one of our customers about 6 to 12 months ago, and he's decided to go in a different direction, so he brought them back. He slowly acclimated them from a brackish to a full salt environment, which is what they're in now. They'll grow another 2 to 3 inches, but they're gorgeous fish.
Yeah, absolutely, doing fantastic too. They do come in as freshwater though, don't they? And then most people will they'll do better in brackish, of course.
The suppliers often ship them in freshwater, and then as they get older and older, you increase the salinity of the water they're in until they're in full salt.
All right, back to my search. Wow. What a beautiful selection of discus. Blue diamonds. Okay, the not for sale sign is taken off. This is the pair that I'm looking at. This is a cobalt pair. Arguably one of the more difficult discus to breed in terms of raising the fry. It can be hard to get the fry to actually attach to the parents and survive to adulthood, but I've had this pair before, not this identical one, but I've bred discus of this variety before. But anyways, last time I was in here, there was a big not for sale sign on it, but then I kind of convinced Paul to, you know, maybe just sell them to me for whatever you want me to give you. And I think we'll be able to cut a deal today. There's so much of everything. Some of it's pretty common, but other things are pretty advanced. Like, I know that some people have tons of pea puffers, but in my area, Atlantic Canada, it's very rare that we come across such a variety and interesting fish, unless you specifically order them in. But this is an opportunity to come and see them in person, even if it's only for the first time. I've never seen the black Venezuelan Corridora. They look like mini gulper cats. All right, let's see if I can't cut a deal on those discus. So these are them, cobalts. They're a breeding pair. What does that mean to you?
They're mated. They see each other as partners for life if they live that long, or however long they live together. They'll protect each other and take care of each other as long as they can, as well as any children that they happen to have.
But they are a proven breeding pair,
They are
right?
a proven breeding pair. They will lay eggs. They've laid eggs every 2 to 3 weeks. They've gotten to the wiggler stage and the attachment to the side of the parent stage, but we just don't, unfortunately, have the time in the store to dedicate to raising them.
I do see that once they became sexually mature, right at around the 4-inch mark, that growth stopped. And a lot of times when it comes to breeding fish, all of their energy starts going to the breeding, producing more and more fry, and they'll stop growing. But obviously with this one, with the male with his forehead a little thicker, a bit of a nuchal hump, the pointed dorsal, and the female is just dramatically different. This is such an awesome time to look at discus and be able to see the differences in sexes, because sometimes it can be incredibly difficult to tell the difference. Now, I've bred these guys before and kind of had the same problems as you guys, is where they'll eat the fry or the fry might not attach. And I think a lot of it has to do with their dark sides and coloration. Because when I breed things like the pigeon bloods and or turquoise or anything like that, never an issue. But they say the lighter the fish, the more difficult it is. And the darker the fish, the easier it is for the fry to attach, but I've never found that personally. Oh yeah, Waru. These guys, there's only 3 fish on the planet that breed like the discus, which feed their fish off of the mucus of their skin. Discus are one, Waru are another, and the third is a saltwater chromid. No, it's a freshwater fish. I'd have to think about it, but there's only 3 fish in the world that do it. Waru is the poor man's discus. Anyway, so you're willing to sell these to me?
Yes, if you want to breed them, Joey, they're yours.
All right, we already agreed on price, and it's right around where I thought a breeding pair was. If I want to get into breeding discus and I get them at this size, is this 44 or 94?
That's 44.
So, wow, that's good. So if I were to buy 6, which is ideal, I'm still looking at $300. $44 is pretty cheap. Maybe I should get those too, just because they're cheap. But you know, it's $300 for 6, and I get 6 to hope to get a breeding pair. But what happens in 6 to 9 months when all you got is males, or all you got is females, or you don't have a compatible pair? Then you just spent $300-400 on a bunch of small discus that you spent how much time and money growing out, when you could have just bought a breeding pair for similar in money. So you got to kind of decide what you want out of it. Do you want to bet the little guys and grow them out and hope for a pair? Or do you just want to save yourself some time and get into, you know, a proven breeding pair that's laying eggs and getting to the wiggler stage? 2 females can technically lay eggs. It doesn't mean they're a pair. But these guys have gotten to the wiggler stage.
Absolutely.
Perfect. I'll take them.